Wrestling Reverb is a part of the Pulse Podcast Network. Pulse Podcast Network provides you with the best variety of podcasts on the web, from sports such as the WWE and NBA, all the way through to Dungeons & Dragons podcasts and anything in between. Head on over to pulsepodcastnetwork.com, or you can download the Pulse Podcast app, which is available on both Apple devices and Android devices.
Hey, you there.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
What?
Are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
And do you like podcasts?
They're alright.
Then look no further. I have got the perfect podcast for you.
Well, what is it?
It's called Why We Watch. It's a podcast by fans, for fans, about fans.
Where can I find it?
You can find this podcast on the Visionaries Wrestling Network, and it's available everywhere that you can find a podcast, including Spotify, Stitcher, and even Google Play.
Guys, Wrestling Reverb is, of course, a part of the Pulse Podcast Network, and the Pulse Podcast Network now has an official ticket provider, TixBlitz. Take a listen to this.
Have you been searching for the best ticket deals around? Well, look no further. With TixBlitz, the price you see is the price you pay, and TixBlitz just happens to have over $6 billion in ticket inventory just waiting for you. They absolutely mean it when they say every ticket, every venue, everywhere. And you can save even more with promo code PULSE in all caps to save you 5% off your total purchase. Just go to TixBlitz.com and click the search bar. Search events based on your geographic location, pick the show you want, and bam, it's showtime. Sporting events, Broadway shows, concerts, and more with TixBlitz.com. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for the email newsletter so you can stay up to date on the latest news and savings with TixBlitz. That's TixBlitz.com, TixBlitz.com. Every ticket, every venue, everywhere.
Guys, that's how easy it is with TixBlitz.com, the official ticket provider for the Pulse Podcast Network, and just use the code PULSE in all caps to get 5% off.
Are you looking for wrestling content and exclusive interviews from the likes of Impact Pro Wrestlers, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and British Wrestling? Are you in the market for a 5-minute recap of all the day's events? Then subscribe now to Wilford Watches Podcast, available on all pod platforms and on Twitter at Wilford Watches. Now, back to the show.
Hello everyone and welcome to a very special edition of Wrestling Reverb. I am Josh, of course, and of course Kevin is here as well. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good, particularly good today because, as you said, we have a very special episode in store for the listeners.
Yes, something different, something we've never done before, something you don't really see a lot of on podcasts, in my opinion. But hey, maybe I just don't look hard enough. First and foremost, Kevin, we got a couple of guests here today, and when we were kind of discussing this last week, we didn't know what the hell we were going to do. We're just like, is it just going to be Kevin? Is it going to be Kevin versus some other people? We don't know. But we have secured some guests first, and I've had him here on the podcast before. It feels like a lifetime ago now. Brian, you're here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Josh. Thank you for having me back on. And Kevin, good to know you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, man.
Yeah, so Brian was here, like I said, it felt like a lifetime ago. We did an NXT TakeOver Phoenix recap. We had a lot of fun with that. We talked for 3.5 hours, I think, Brian. So,
something like that.
So it's probably not going to be hard for us to talk today.
Nope.
And someone new to my podcast. I've never had him here on Wrestling Reverb. So it's tradition around here to let people do their own intros that haven't been here before. So please introduce yourself to our fine world.
Well, thank you for that, Josh. Of course, I am your NIK, aka Double G, and I thank you for making this quite the place to be. And I look forward to having fun with this trivia match here tonight. Whether or not I do well or whether or not I get wrecked, it should be fun. And just a quick explanation, I run a YouTube channel called GG Vision. I do a satire show of mostly Rob and sometimes the pay-per-views. It's kind of similar to the Mark from Little Karibo, if you guys ever remember that. And I have a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait to keep just pushing it along week by week. And I do a bunch of other stuff like Metrodome Battles, and I run a tournament for prize money, and I do Smash Bros. Highlights every week as well. So I look forward to doing more collabs like this, so thank you.
No worries. This is, like I said before, trivia and quizzes and all that kind of jazz is not something that you usually, well, I don't know about you guys, but I've never really seen it on too many podcasts. And it just kind of randomly come to me in an idea. I'm like, this could be fun or it could go completely wrong. But I'm here for the ride.
I've had a blast watching No DQ do it.
Yeah.
They do a very good trivia.
So this is going to be, basically, there is no pressure on this, guys. Don't worry about it too much, but we're just going to go around the room, ask some questions. But before we get to that, of course, Raw's in a few hours. Obviously, the big story going into Raw tonight is that Roman Reigns is going to be on Raw. I'll just quickly run around the room. Kevin, what's your kind of take on Roman? What's running through your mind? What do you think? Is he just going to update us on his health? Is something more happening? What do you think's going on?
I don't know. It's something that's kind of got me thinking in a couple of different directions. Because this could be anything from he's going to be back soon, he might not be back for a while. It could be a retirement speech. We don't know, even though I don't think that's what it is. I think it's going to be leaning more towards an announcement on his condition. It's a tricky condition that he has, obviously. Leukemia is so tough to pinpoint. So I don't really know what to expect. It's got me kind of feeling kind of weird, honestly, about it. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect either. Obviously, I'm hoping for the best of news for Roman and his health, first and foremost. Brian, what's kind of going through your mind? Do you echo that kind of statement that Kevin said, or is there something else going on? What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough to say, Josh. I mean, right now, it could be just a situation where he's just popping by just to say, hey, everybody, I'm doing okay. This is the status of my condition. I don't think there's anything in the works where he's just all of a sudden back. Just because if that was the case, if there was something where he was, medically cleared, I don't think we'd have all these NXT stars popping up all of a sudden. So I know, the NXT call-ups were, supposedly something that went down within 1 o'clock of the taping last week, where Vince was like, no, screw this. We're going to just call up all these NXT guys. Let's get going. So I think I'm not sure where Raw is this evening. Hopefully it's
in
somewhere
Atlanta.
Okay, so that should be a fairly good location. And then I think we can all agree at this particular point, especially Roman coming out to Raw, a few months ago and sharing that info with us, he's probably never going to get booed again. So it'll be a nice little pop for him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Nick, what's running through your mind?
Personally, a couple things. One, I'm glad that he's coming out at all because it probably means good news. I don't think it would come through the light of WWE if that wasn't the case. Two, I think he's definitely going to put the hell over on Seth Rollins completely as him being credible to beat Brock Lesnar. And honestly, it wouldn't even surprise me if it's teases the thought that he might get involved in some way at WrestleMania, because I could see that happening, even if it's just a simple distraction. But hopefully it's just good news, but I believe it's definitely going to involve Seth Rollins in some way.
Yeah, I could see that too. That's definitely a thing that I kind of thought about as well. First and foremost, I just want to make sure that, I just want him to be health-wise better, on the mend, and I think that's what we can all agree on. And I mean, I don't there's no matter what that anybody does on the internet or in wrestling, there's always just those jerk-offs that just have to be like, it's a work, it's fake. I'm like, I just block those people out. I just can't deal with it.
Those kind of people don't know how to imagine something like that.
Yeah, no. It's just, I guess, we've talked about it many times on this show, just the negative side of wrestling fans, or just the internet in general. But moving on from that, there also is something else happening on Raw, and that's Ric Flair's birthday celebration. On a lighter note, his 70th birthday is today.
Jesus.
He's gonna outlive us all, man.
He really is. He'll never die, that man. But
he's like Bob Barker.
I think I have a kind of assumption of what's going to happen. It's probably going to involve Becky Lynch of some kind. But we'll go around the room. We'll start with Brian this time. Brian, what do you think is going to go down on this celebration for Ric Flair's birthday?
It's hard to say. I mean, I want to say if, they're obviously in Atlanta. That was WCW country, so maybe there's some warm and fuzzies there. I want to say I don't think they've had – well, I guess there was the Evolution thing that they had in SmackDown, because I was going to say, man, have they had him back since he had his heart issue? But, yeah, they've had him at least once or twice at minimum. So could just be a situation for him to get a good pop. I don't think Becky's going to come in and whoop his ass or anything. I think that would be really funny. I'm sure he'd be for it. I'm sure it'll end up being some type of shenanigans where he's getting acknowledged, and then Charlotte's coming out being a heel, blah, 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 and then Becky tries to come out and do something, or maybe even Ronda tries to come out where it's all three of them. It just, I don't know if this is going to help with the build to whatever triple threat they're going to lead to WrestleMania, but I'm down for seed planting for sure.
Yeah. Nick, what's your kind of take? Do you think Becky's going to get involved, or do you think it's more so just going to be a fun little celebration?
Honestly, I could see it not even involving Becky and them at all, and only in the way where they might just keep it on its own, just because he has to be, to the point where involving him in any sort of rough and tumble sketch, I guess, is risky as hell, you would think, and maybe a really good promo. And then, but I could definitely also see him just like being there when Charlotte's talking to Ronda, or even just one of them getting in his face. But I don't really see any physicality happening. That would be way too risky. Only Vince is nuts for that.
Kevin, what's your kind of take on this as well? Can you add to that?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any physicality, maybe. I think maybe we'll see like a slap across. I think Becky Lynch will get involved in this celebration. I do think that. I think maybe a slap across the face, something of that nature, where it's like not the worst thing in the world. Rick's, he's had his recent health scares, but at the crux of it all, he's still he's 70 years young. He is gonna outlive us all, as was said before. So, he loves the business, and he would do whatever was needed for this segment to really take off and to put everyone over. So I think Becky shows her face, and I think she makes it a celebration we're never gonna forget. Yeah,
I think it'll be a fun segment. I don't know. Raw is what it is. It has its weeks where it's good. It has its weeks where it's bad. It's just it is what it is. Furthermore, I am excited to see Rick. I always am. As much as he's just fun.
It's hard not to be. Yeah. He's always stylish.
And I'm just happy to be able to see Roman. And yeah, that's really all that I think is really announced for Raw. Other than that, it'll be just, your usual Raw. But is everyone kind of on the same page? Just excited to see those two things?
I think that should make it a little special. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued of what they're going to do with the NXT guys. Honestly, Josh and Kevin and Nick, what they've done the past week has really just hurt my head. I feel like I'm not trying to get on an NXT tangent, Josh. I know this is not the place for that, but okay. I believe they, to me, when Triple H was doing that promo last week, I felt like he was crying a little bit, just because he's like, oh my God, I've built this story up for 2 years and you're taking a ginormous shit on it, and it's just he's destroying something, like probably one of the best storylines they've ever done, and this was obviously by mistake. I feel like this was something that just materialized out of just natural, and obviously the Ciampa and Johnny go back as far as the first Cruiserweight Classic, but it infuriates me that like they went to Lafayette, Louisiana. They could give zero fucks about these 4 awesome guys. And it's just like, why would you bring up 4 other people from NXT that you're not even promoting the ones that you just got? That's so stupid.
I agree. No, I agree.
They're already on Elias. He hasn't had a single. He's like one championship match. It's like, are you kidding me?
It is what I understand. So anyone that hasn't listened to the NXT Takeover Phoenix recap way back when with me and Brian. Brian is just a massive NXT fan. NXT's like, in a sense, his baby. What he loves about wrestling in this day and age. So when those 4 guys got announced, Brian was one of the first people I talked to about it, just for the fact of, I know how he's going to feel about this, because I love NXT too, but I, am with everything with the WWE, so I know how Brian is feeling. He's just I think he's walking on eggshells with it. He just wants it to do well, but he's scared. Is that right by me saying that?
Well, it's not only that, Josh. It's way too much, way too fast, because we haven't even really gotten any introduction to, like, EC3. Like, supposedly this was a guy Vince really liked because he was a big, tall, tan, sweaty guy, which is usually his forte as far as a wrestler back in the 90s. Lacey Evans is just doing this bit where she's walking around, and then
she's good.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery's just being goofballs, and that's unfortunate because they're actually pretty decent. And then why would you bring up 4 more people? Because it's concerning to me, because officially, if you look at WWE right now, they've kind of adjusted their profiles a smidge too, where they're WWE now, and that makes me very sad, because I've already heard some rumblings of the Dusty Rhodes Classic, so I know there's like a foreshadowing that I'm not going to ruin right now for you guys, because I've already seen the spoilers for it, but just... They don't need to, this is something they could have just planted naturally, where they don't have to try to bring up Tommaso and Johnny doing this, like, kind of face one night, heel one night, like, circumstance, like when they're tag teaming. It's just really dumb. And then, Ricochet, he was awesome versus that match with Finn Balor, but again, you can't, if you're going to do something like that, you better promote the shit out of that. Because although me and Josh, Kevin, and Nicholas, we basically shat on the crowd, but then I really sat back and think about it. At the end of the day, who is it up to promote and get a good pop? That's the promotion. So
I get that.
Did they pick a terrible place to bring up 4 great NXT people? Absolutely. That was a terrible decision. But had they promoted that a week in advance, people may have, like, hey, let's go check out NXT. Like, let's look up some YouTube clips on these guys. But they just could not give 2 shits. It was a little bit better the next night on SmackDown, because I believe they were at New Orleans. It was just, that's something special that they could have saved for. That's an after Mania type of thing. But they were just like, oh no, Vince just felt, from Wrestling Observer, from what Meltzer and Alvarez were saying, he felt like the roster just needed big stars. Well, you've got people on your roster right now that you don't want to use. Obviously, the roster is very thin with faces right now, but why would you just ruin just a very special thing that you could have waited for Tommaso to bring up, like, after Mania, like a couple weeks later,
I get it. I understand that. I may as well ask everyone on this why we're here. Kevin, after we briefly chatted about it last week, but leading into tonight's Raw, after you've seen everything, do you kind of echo what Brian's saying, or do you see it in a way that it's just adding to the main roster?
No, I agree with Brian. I think the timing of it is very bizarre. I just, you have this great thing going right now. You're telling this terrific story down in NXT, but then you have these same 4 guys come up and do different things that that don't necessarily resonate with their characters, especially with Ciampa and Gargano. You're seeing them taking on the bar on SmackDown, acting as like the face team in that situation. There's no real explanation of what happened on NXT. They don't really go into the backstory too much. And I don't know. I don't necessarily... as much as I love seeing Ciampa, Gargano, Aleister Black, Ricochet on TV Mondays and Tuesdays, it has to make sense, and I'm just not sure if it makes total sense right now.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Nick, what's your deal with this? Are you angry about the fact that they just come up with basically no story? They're just, we're here now, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, God. It's all just symptoms of a deeper problem, and that Vince needs to back off. He just needs to back off so bad. He's just... CM Punk said it best 8 frickin' years ago. You don't know what makes a superstar anymore in 2019 or 2011 back then. And it's the same is true now, and he gives up on people instantly. Like, the rate of which he gives up on NXT call-ups, I'd be scared for my life. I'd be like, no, keep me here. And it's even worse in this fact, because they shouldn't have brought all 4 of them up at the same time. That's a no-no. Bring up like 2 and then 1 and 1. And good God, the commentators, every time Cole opens his mouth about Aleister Black, I just think he's going to like be at the bottom of the ramp waiting for him on his hands and knees because he's just so dark and moody. I can't handle it anymore. I can't. And it's just, it was a bad idea. I mean, maybe one of them, maybe Aleister Black. Or Ricochet, because like you said, we are light on heels, or light on faces, but the roster's already at like 257. Can they not just, take someone and go with them for at least 6 months?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That's my kind of exact statement on that, is that it's not the fact that these people are getting called up, per se, it's that they give up on them after 2 or 3 weeks and give them no time to develop, and it takes
no character
time.
depth.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Like you look at, so originally when those 5 or was it 6, 5 people got called up over December and January, really you don't really see too much of any of them on TV, with maybe the exception of Lacey, but even her is different as well. But you don't see Nikki Cross. It's been a few weeks since we've seen Nikki Cross on television.
Yeah, that's right.
Heavy Machinery are just doing like a comedy bit. EC3 has done pretty much nothing. It's just it just
depressing.
Sucks. Yeah, it just really sucks. But anyway, moving on from that, onto a lighter note, let's all embarrass you 3 with this trivia. So we'll just basically, to explain to you guys, we're just going to go around the room, ask a question. If you get it wrong, the person next has an opportunity to answer. First 1 to 10 points wins. That's basically how we're going to do it. And if we feel like we want to do more after 10 points, we'll keep going. But if not, we'll stop. That's basically how it's going to work.
It takes us to get 10 points.
Alrighty, so we'll start with Kevin, and it'll go Brian and Nick, and we'll rotate around. Alrighty, Kevin, are you ready? Ready for this?
As ready as I could be, man.
Okay, so in September of 2009, what WWE Hall of Famer served as the announcer on ECW's The Abraham Washington Show?
Was it Tony Atlas?
Ding, 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 correct.
Wow, let's go.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn,
God.
Kevin's starting us off hot.
Can I tap out right now?
I'm a ringer. I just haven't told anybody.
Alrighty. Brian.
Sir.
Who challenged JBL for the WWE Championship in a barbed wire steel cage match at No Way Out 2005?
Well, I believe there was a big show there, if you catch my drift.
I got you, and you're definitely correct. Alrighty. All right, no pressure, Nick. No pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, oh no.
What? Don't say that.
No, it's not that. It's just the question itself. What SmackDown diva in late 2002 married Al Wilson, the father of fellow diva Tori Wilson?
Oh, shit, I know this.
Eve Torres?
No.
No.
All right, Kevin. Who was it?
Was it Dawn Marie?
Correct.
Damn it!
All right.
I knew it was someone like slightly obscure.
Dawn Marie. What a story that was.
Yeah, jeez.
I actually watched a match that they had. Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson had a match at like 2003 Royal Rumble, and it was trash.
Braun Penny's match?
No, it was just a regular singles match. It ended in a double axe handle.
Oh, good God!
I don't know how to feel about that.
Like, can we make the punishment whoever is the least amount of points go back and like watch like women's wrestling back in the early 2000s?
Come on, why would you do that?
Punishment, man.
Alrighty, Kevin. I believe it's you. Let's go with this one. What two-time WWE champion became World Heavyweight Champion for the first time by beating Big Show in a last man standing match in January of 2013?
Two-time WWE champion.
You've got this, Kevin. I know.
Oh, it's Alberto Del Rio.
There you
Correct. Kevin taking an extraordinary lead. Alrighty, Brian.
Sir.
Who defeated Lita for the Women's Championship at Unforgiven 2006, retiring from full-time in-ring competition?
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Correct.
Yes.
Alrighty. Nick.
Alright.
What legend and former NWA and Intercontinental Champion did Chris Jericho defeat at Backlash 2009?
Oh man, I don't know. No, I don't know.
Kevin, you want to take the reins on this one?
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive on this one for the first time, but was it Ricky Steamboat?
Correct.
Damn it! I
That's
knew
what
that.
I had in my head too. I should have just said it.
This is great for Kevin.
I'm having fun.
I see that.
All right. I'm trying to. Here we go. Kevin. What former member of the Four Horsemen tried to assist Ric Flair in his match against Undertaker at WrestleMania 18?
You suck, Kevin. You don't know this.
Arn Anderson?
Damn it!
Yep. All right.
Was he at like 5?
By the way, he was just released from WWE recently.
Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that.
he was.
Yeah, I did see that. Apparently, I seen that he was unhappy with his spot in the company, so it was a request, but I don't know how true that is.
I heard he was butting heads with Vince. Shocker.
I'm pretty sure a concrete wall could butt heads with Vince.
All right, Brian.
Sir.
What two superstars did John Cena face in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 25?
Edge and Big Show.
Bam.
Yep. I definitely. Damn.
Give me more Big Show related answers.
All right, Nick. What was the name of the tag team made up of Shad and JTG?
Crime time.
Hey. He's on the board, folks.
I'm getting there. Slow start.
Alright, Kevin. What diva did Ric Flair threaten, causing Mick Foley to say "I quit" in their SummerSlam match at 2006's event?
You don't know this, Kevin. You don't know this.
I don't think I do know this. Was it Maria?
No. Brian.
Oh.
Who do you think it was?
I think I'm gonna take a stab. Eve Torres?
No. Nick.
Fuck.
You got it. You got this. You've got the...
What? Sorry, what was the question one more time?
Okay, so what diva did Ric Flair threaten, causing Mick Foley to say "I quit" in their SummerSlam 2006 match?
Lita?
No! Guys, it was Melina.
Damn it!
I didn't know Melina was there yet already.
Yeah.
I thought she was 07.
She would have started in about 2006 with Eminem, wouldn't she?
Yep.
Oh wow, they were that early.
Yeah.
Wow.
That must have been afterwards.
Alrighty. Brian.
Sir.
What future world champion joined Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the Hardys on Team DX at Survivor Series 2006?
You said it was a former world champion?
It was what future world champion? So at that time.
CM Punk.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Brian's coming up on Kevin's tail here. Nick. Let's... WrestleMania 24, the second WrestleMania to be held outdoors, took place in what southern city?
Houston, Texas?
No, it was Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
I should have went to everyone else. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That was on me. I'm in negative points now.
Oh.
My bad.
You as a referee, you would be knocked out right now, Josh.
That's a ref bump.
That's a ref bump in itself. Okay. Kevin.
Yep.
What two superstars fought in a Belfast brawl at WrestleMania 24?
Finley and JBL.
Yes.
Wow.
Damn it. Well, because like Belfast, what other wrestler would that have been?
I actually really like that match too.
Yeah, that match was really good from memory. I haven't watched it in quite some time, but that's from like my favorite WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania 24. While we're in the zone of WrestleManias, what's everyone's favorite WrestleMania? Nick, what's your favorite WrestleMania?
Just because of all the shock factors and the ending, I'd have to probably say 30.
Damn. Brian.
Yeah.
What's your favorite WrestleMania?
I don't know the number, Josh, off the top of my head, but I like the WrestleMania where it's Brett versus Owen and then Brett versus Yoko at the end.
That would be WrestleMania.
9.
Yeah, 9.
8 or 9, I think.
I think it's 9. Kevin, what's your favorite WrestleMania?
I think my favorite Mania top to bottom is 31. My favorite Mania moment came at 22 when Rey Mysterio won the world title, though.
Really?
Yes.
I do love 31 as well.
31 to go.
Yeah, 31 is a good Mania. Manias are always fun, though. We're in WrestleMania season, so it's a fun time for the most part once we get past Fastlane and can actually go towards WrestleMania. But
I
anyway,
wonder how long it'll... I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Anyway, who were we up to? I believe it was... it's Brian.
I think it's me.
It's Brian. Alrighty. In what type of match did DX defeat Jericho to win the WWE Tag Team Championships in December of 2009?
That would be a TLC match, sir.
That is correct.
And more answers with the Big Show. That's my jam.
I honestly didn't even think about it till halfway through the question. I was like, oh, wow, Big Show. Maybe we should just have a Brian-only Big Show exclusive trivia challenge.
Yes.
One question for every heel and face turn.
Oh, God.
Good, that would go on for hours. I don't know how much time we actually have. Alrighty, Nick. Who in 2008 became the first active competitor inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Ric Flair.
Yes.
Bam.
Yeah, I'm at 2. Fear me. I'm coming.
Alrighty. Kevin. What 2005 Adam Sandler movie featured appearances by Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Great Khali?
That would be The Longest Yard.
Yes. Alrighty. Brian.
Sir.
What former friend did Triple H defeat in a sledgehammer ladder match at TLC
Kevin
2000?
Nash.
Oh, damn. Kevin Nash. Just, damn.
Before the question was even done.
Damn, Brian.
Sorry, was that...
Brian
was
showing
that
some
a
confidence.
dick move?
Nah. Listen, if anyone's a dick in this, I didn't ask anyone before for the answers, so I'm the dick here. Alrighty, Nick.
Alrighty.
Who became WWE Champion for the 10th time when he defeated Alberto Del Rio at Night of Champions 2011?
I'm going to have to go and say that's John Cena.
Yes. Watch out, everyone.
Well, either.
No.
Alrighty.
How are we doing on the score here? I know Kevin's still in the lead.
7-6-3, I think.
7-6-3. That's right. Nick's on it.
Wow.
I think we're just going to go until we get kind of done with this, because Kevin's coming up fast. So is Brian. Whoa. Kevin, it's your turn.
Yep.
Who was forced to defend the World Tag Team Championship by himself against the New Age Outlaws at SummerSlam of 1998?
98. Is it, no. No, it wasn't him. Damn, I don't know. Owen Hart?
Brian, who do you think it was?
I think I know. If I'm thinking about the right match, give me Mick Foley.
It's correct. It's technically Mankind, but Mick Foley is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty, Nick. Oh, no, Brian should say. Sorry. Alrighty, Brian. What former school teacher was the male winner of the first season of WWE Tough Enough?
Former teacher? Oh, whoa. No, Maven.
Maven is correct. I thought you were gonna. You were like former teacher, and I was like, Matt Stryker is on your brain. I know he's on your brain.
He really was.
Was that his gimmick?
Maven's gimmick or
The
Matt
one
Stryker?
from
Matt Stryker's gimmick.
Yeah, he was a teacher for a little while on ECW. Alrighty, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
For the first 5 years that it aired, SmackDown was on what night of the week?
Thursday.
That's correct. Damn. Alrighty. Kevin.
Yes.
What tag team unified the WWE and WCW World Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam 2001?
Is it the Dudleys?
No. Brian. Who was it?
They unified. Oh, wait, SummerSlam. No. This was Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit.
No. Nick.
Fuck.
Who was it?
Was it Edge and Christian?
No, it was Undertaker and Kane.
Oh, boo.
Oh wow. I forgot they were Brothers of Destruction back then, or around that time.
I didn't even know who they would have faced at that pay-per-view.
Neither do I.
I have no idea.
Wait. It was like, was it like DDP
Was it Austin and
Test?
It actually might have been DDP because that's when he first come in.
It was being all creepy.
Yeah. Either. Alrighty. I believe it's Brian's turn.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Who teamed with Goldust in the mixed tag team match against Mark Merritt and Sable at WrestleMania 9?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, what the hell is her little name? Sorry, I'm just blanking on her name. God, what the hell is her name? Teamed with Goldust. I want to say it was her tiny little manager, but I have no freaking idea what her name was. I don't know. I'll forego. Go ahead, Nicholas, if you can steal.
Yeah, Nick, have you got this one?
I know it starts. Terry Runnels.
No, Kevin.
No.
It's on you.
Was it? I don't know for certain. Was it Luna?
It was Luna.
Oh my god.
I should have known that. Because that's when Luna was like super, like, was that when Goldust was doing like the dog gimmick where he had like the ball in his mouth?
I think so.
I think it was.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, that would have been before Terry, I think.
Would it be before Terry or after Terry?
After, I don't remember.
I think it would have been after because I just remember China debuted and when Goldust and Triple H were feuding and China just thrown around like a rag doll.
Oh my god,
China does
yeah.
that well.
Alrighty. Nick.
Alright.
Who defeated The Undertaker in a Buried Alive match at Survivor Series 2003?
Would have been Kane, I think.
Kevin. Who was it?
Vince McMahon.
That is correct.
God!
Oh man.
Kane interfered, I believe.
Yeah, Kane basically gave Vince the victory.
Yeah, and he put
Dang.
the dirt on top of the casket.
I never had was it UB? I forgot what channel it used to be on back then. UPS or not UPS. It started with a U or something, and I never had SmackDown. UPN, yeah.
Alrighty, before we move on, I do have to take a little moment to hear some words from some lovely people. So we'll be back in just a second. Do not stress. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is 8-Bit Ray from the Gorilla Brain Podcast, part of the Pulse Podcast Network. Did you know that you could be using this spot to advertise your company or business? Well, I've done the research, and PodcastInsights.com report that podcast listeners are loyal, affluent, and mostly college educated. But most importantly, are 5 times more likely to interact with the ad they hear on their favorite podcast than an ad from any other medium. If you would like to advertise your company or brand with our network, it's simple. All you have to do is send an email to marketing@pulsepodcastnetwork.com. I'll say it one more time. Marketing@pulsepodcastnetwork.com. And we hope to hear from you soon.
Welcome to Wrestling on Cameras podcast, where I discuss all things WWE, available on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic app, and Spotify. The blog is available on wrestlingoncairn.blogspot.com. Welcome back to this very intense showdown we've got going on here with some trivia. It is Kevin's turn on this one. Kevin seems to be ready for this. He's got all hands on deck for this one.
I'm locked in.
Alrighty. Kevin, what former WWE champion is often credited with the idea behind WWE's annual Tribute to the Troops show?
Is it John Cena?
No. Brian, do you know who it is?
Damn. You said former WWE champion?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, God. Batista?
No. Nick, do you know?
Triple H?
No. It's JBL.
Oh. Damn it, yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten that one.
Yeah, that's like right up his alley for like the army bit. Yeah. Damn it. Should have known that.
Alrighty. Brian.
Yes, sir.
What superstar won the Elimination Chamber match to face Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 29?
Jack Swagger.
Oh, confidence. Damn. I love when Brian's confident. Alright. Nick.
Let's go.
This one's funny. What WWE competitor starred in the movie Knucklehead?
Thank God I have
You've
no
got this,
idea.
Nick.
No clue. Absolutely no clue. I'm just gonna go with one of the best. Hogan?
Nope. Kevin, do you know?
Who could forget the feature film Knucklehead starring The Big Show?
Damn it!
Brian's favorite.
Of course it's a big show!
Blast.
Alrighty. Kevin. Let's
sir.
see. Ooh. What future WWE Hall of Famer teamed with Sable for her mixed tag team match with Mark Merrow and Jacqueline at SummerSlam 1998?
Future WWE Hall of Famer team with Sable. I have no clue. I'll just say Kane.
Nope. Brian, do you have any clue?
Okay, say it one more time.
What future WWE Hall of Famer teamed with Sable for her mixed tag team match with Mark Merrow and Jacqueline at SummerSlam of 1998?
Okay, future WWE Hall of Famer. So it's not anybody important. So it's got to be a bit player. So it's got to be somebody with a funny bit. Trying to think of anybody of substance, like teaming with Sable. It's like super hard. Give me Godfather.
Nope. Nick.
Fuck.
Got any clue?
I don't know. Val Venus?
Nope. Guys, it was Edge.
What?
It was Edge.
I thought Edge is... He's not already a Hall of Famer? Am I nuts? Or are you just saying... Never mind. I heard your question. I heard your question now. No, I wouldn't have known that.
Alrighty. Brian, your turn, yeah?
Sir.
Alrighty. Who was the first superstar that Undertaker defeated 3 times while building his 20-0 WrestleMania streak?
So, okay, this was the third time you beat him?
Yeah.
Okay, like overall, but not just in WrestleMania.
Third time in WrestleMania.
Oh, Triple H.
Yeah. Alright. Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Who was... Oh, my bad. What last-minute substitution won the championship scramble for the World Heavyweight Championship at Unforgiven of 2008?
CM Punk?
No. Kevin, do you know?
Chris Jericho?
Yes, that is correct.
I wasn't sure about that. Was more or less a guess.
Well done.
Kevin. In what type of match did Sheamus defeat John Cena at TLC 2010 to win his first WWE Championship?
It was a tables match.
That is correct. Alright. Brian.
Yes, sir.
What referee and aspiring WWE superstar cost Ryback his match for the WWE Championship at WWE Hell in a Cell 2012?
Oh, god damn it. What is this guy's name? I know exactly who it is because it's the same guy who got in trouble with Paige and the leaks. Oh, god, what the fuck is this guy's name? Oh, Brad Maddox.
Yes!
Maddox, whatever.
Damn it.
I was like, oh, Brian's got this, but he's not going to get his name. Okay. Who we at? We're at Nick? Or yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
What legendary superstar won the first ever Punjabi prison match at the 2006 Great American Bash?
It was, God, I know it's one of the three. It's either, I'm pretty sure it's Taker.
You're right, it's The Undertaker.
Also faced the Big Show.
I had Batista in my head as well. I have Batista and Big Show because Big Show's in everything.
Big Show is in a lot of these. Brian, I have to ask you, are you a big fan of the Big Show?
Oh, man. I mean, he's all right. I think, honestly, I didn't mind his kind of last little hurrah when he had the the world title run versus Sheamus, and he had I enjoyed that part of Big Show because I felt like that was probably the most athletic Big Show that we've seen in WWE. I mean, when he first came up, I think he had so much potential, but obviously throughout his career, he's had the weight fluctuation. Is he my favorite big guy overall? I mean, no. I mean, I think he's just always been a very good company guy. I will say when he went full shaved with no hair and no beard, he looked like the big goofy guy. What's that guy's name with the straps?
King Kong
Bundy. There you go. Yeah, that was a really bad look. Terrible look. But he seems like a pretty cool dude overall, but not like my favorite big man overall. If I can ask, did y'all watch that kind of documentary on Mark Henry? That was very good.
I actually haven't watched it yet. No.
was very good. I enjoyed it.
While we're on the topic of big guys, Brian, who do you think is your favorite big guy in wrestling history?
Vader has to be. I felt like he was a monster, and unfortunately WWE didn't want to use him. He would just get jobbed out to everybody. Makes me very sad.
Nick, who's your favorite big guy?
I've liked a few, but at the top, it's got to be Kane. Kane is he's entertained me for damn near 2 decades, and he's gone through so many shifts, and even the ones that I hate, he always just manages to put a smile on my face. Like, who could have predicted him and Daniel Bryan and Team Hell No being so good? Like, I'm sorry. Just the promos with him and Daniel in the restaurant and stuff like that, you can't beat it.
Yeah, no, he is really good.
I can't remember what he said later.
Kevin, who's your favorite big guy in wrestling history?
I agree with Nick. I'd say Kane. He's just been so entertaining for so long. Like, in all these different incarnations of him, whether he was the silent monster, he was having fun teaming with X-Pac, he got unmasked, he's been corporate Kane, he's been Team Hell No Kane. I've loved it all. I swear, even corporate Kane I enjoyed.
See, you guys are not even calling... Oh, sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
You're quite fine.
I was going to say, you guys are not even calling the best versions of Kane when he was fake Diesel and the dentist.
Oh, God, Isaac Yankem.
Yes.
Oh, man. Kane is, if I could, use a word to kind of describe Kane, it's, consistent. He's just, constant, at least. He's just kind of always been around. I know not so much now, but, he's always been a very solid person, wrestling and character-wise, and like we've said, he's gone through so many shifts and changes, and he's very adaptable in that he just kind of, I think, does whatever he's kind of told and makes the most of it. You can't really hate that.
If I could just say one last thing about Kane, it's not just as his theme. He has always had one of the best theme songs, and it's also grown with him over the years. Also, obviously that one version from '04 was my favorite. I can't think of the name right now. Finger 11, the version.
Yes, very good. I love that.
Yeah, very, very good.
But yeah, that's just small little things like that matter, and that's why Kane has always been one of my favorites as well. Bring back Pyro. I want my Pyro.
I miss Pyro. I do.
Yeah.
I don't even know who we're up to.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what the score is either.
Oh God, let me have a quick little count.
I gotta imagine Kevin's at 10 by now.
Oh, he would be. So Kevin's
I think it's Kevin's go.
Kevin's at 13. Brian is at... Brian's at 10. And Nick is at 5.
5. Yeah.
Alright, Kevin, we'll go with you. Alrighty. Let's During his reign as King of the Ring, who served as King Booker's queen?
Oh, Queen Sharmell.
That's right.
Damn it.
King Booker.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say, the Sharmell Kurt Angle thing was probably, one of the creepiest angles they've ever done?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
no
100%. Yeah.
No doubt.
Alright. Okay, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Who did John Cena defeat in a tables, ladders, and chairs match at Unforgiven 2006 to win back the WWE Championship?
That would be Edge.
That is correct.
Dang.
Alright. Nick. Who won the ECW Championship in the Extreme Elimination Chamber at 2006's December to Dismember?
You got this, Nick. It might be the Big Show. It might be the Big Show.
Don't even tell me it's the Big Show. It's CM Punk. No.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. RVD.
No. Kevin, do you know?
I'm not. It's of course Kevin. knows.
Bobby Lashley.
Yes, it's Bobby Lashley at that just horrid event. It was
Bobby.
I pretty
and
much
Big
blocked
Show.
out the half of that show out of my mind that I watched when I was definitely not sober.
Have you guys ever gone back and watched that show in the last few years?
No.
No.
I will not.
No.
I have.
Just the fact that they just jobbed out Punk. Like, no, I refuse.
That chamber was so odd. The whole show was odd. It was really short. Like, it ran really short. It just was not a good show at all. I watched it maybe, it's probably been a year or two since I've watched it now. I don't know why I put myself through watching it, but I was just like, I can't remember watching this live. I know I have watched it before, but I was like, let's watch it. Oh, man. It was a shitstorm.
Although the test elbow drop with the chair was a pretty cool spot.
The concept of it was fine. It was the execution of it that wasn't great.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Kevin. Who defeated Chavo Guerrero for the ECW Championship in less than 30 seconds at WrestleMania 24?
Kane.
Damn it.
Damn. All right. Oh, here you go, Brian.
It's the Big Show.
More Big Show, yes.
Final answer.
What future WWE Divas champion was the winner of NXT Season 3? Spoiler, it was not the Big Show.
Damn it. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here. Was it Alicia Fox?
No. Nick, do you
Fuck.
know?
Season 3. Oh, God. When did any NXT start? Like 05, 06, 07? Kelly?
Nope. Kevin, you've got this, haven't you?
Could you read it again one more time, the question?
Yeah. So it was what future WWE Divas champion was the winner of NXT Season 3?
Oh, NXT? Balls. I thought you said Toughen Up.
Dude, it's down to two names for me. Was it Caitlyn?
It's Caitlyn.
God. Double balls. I should have confirmed.
I was so far off. I was thinking of completely different things.
Oh, damn. Kevin just coming in and snatching it up. Alrighty. Nick. What was the name of the so-called diva who looked like a certain male superstar that won the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal at WrestleMania 25?
Santina Marella.
Yes. Oh man, Santina Marella.
I miss Santino so much.
That dance
tell me
that Santina did at WrestleMania when she won that Battle Royal was a sight to see. I believe Kid Rock was playing some music in the background.
I feel like it was very empowering to women.
Yeah, nothing says we respect women by having a man win the biggest battle royal they've had.
Agreed.
Oh man.
James Ellsworth.
All right. Kevin,
Yeah.
Who forced Triple H to tap out in the main event of SummerSlam 2012?
SummerSlam. Wow, someone forced Triple H to tap out. That's crazy. SummerSlam 2012.
Big Show.
Oh, no, it was Brock Lesnar.
It was Brock Lesnar.
Damn.
Okay. Brian.
Is there?
What superstar entered WrestleMania 2000 as both the Intercontinental and European champion?
Ooh, it's really, it's two people. Give me Double J.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, Double J.
It's not. Nick, do you know who it is?
Damn it!
Chris Jericho?
No. Kevin.
Kevin's gonna know who it is.
I don't know for sure. Was it Rob Van Dam?
Nope.
It's gotta be Kurt.
It was D'Lo Brown, wasn't it?
Nope.
Oh.
It was Kurt Angle.
Damn it. Second
Double
job.
balls.
Guys.
Because there wasn't that many double champs, and like that's why you said 2000, but I think they were like 99, 98. Because like I remember Mark Henry came back from an injury, and then he hit D'Lo with a guitar, and then Double J basically gave him the European champion after he won it.
I remember. I know what you're talking about. On the subject of one Kurt Angle, obviously he's not in his prime anymore now. Obviously, I'll just go around. Kevin has kind of laid down his thoughts on Kurt Angle wrestling in this year, 2019. But Nick, we'll start with you. Do you want to see Kurt Angle wrestle for too much longer?
Kurt Angle has always been just under my number one, which is Chris Jericho. He's always been just under. I love chain wrestling. I love suplexes, and very, very few on this planet have ever done it like Kurt. But man, they should have had him in like maybe the Big Four, and that's it. And if they would have stopped at Drew McIntyre just to put him over, that's fine. That's the old school mentality. Go with it. Drew McIntyre's pretty good, and I want to see him go far. But they just keep beating a dead horse, and no, I really hope WrestleMania is his last match, because it's just you can't really fight physics, and eventually you can't fight time with how bad it gets, and you can even see it on Kurt Angle. His neck and his shoulders are one and the same, and his arms are nowhere near as big as they used to be. So I just want to see him do maybe one more and then just ride off.
Yeah. Brian, what do you kind of think about this? Is Kurt Angle someone you would like to see wrestling still, or do you think it's time to maybe hang up the boots?
I would have liked for them to do something with that McIntyre thing, like build it. They could have easily started just building that up, like in that maybe Mania been his last match, and that could have been like a big push for McIntyre. Like there was no like really follow-up story after that, because there's been so much great storytelling, because we've got the tremendous trio of McIntyre, Lashley, and Baron Corbin just beating on Braun Strowman, because I mean we gotta have Braun Strowman in the show. So, but I would like for them to give them a solid story, just because I really honestly feel like a lot of the matches he's been provided have been forced into, exception of Mania. I thought that was good, but all those other matches, I mean, TLC where he was the honorary Shield member, I mean, I didn't like him in Survivor Series. That was just weird too. I mean, although a part of me after that would have loved to see like Shane and Kurt one more time and just throw each other through shit. That'd have been kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
Now, Kevin, I know you have your thoughts on Angle. Do you still stand with them? What do you want from this kind of version of Kurt do you just want to see him not wrestle at all anymore? Is it something that you want to see at least built to? What's your kind of take?
If they could build, I really don't want to see him wrestle anymore, just because of like how much it probably is affecting his body in a negative way. But if they could build him something to WrestleMania, like something worthwhile, something that really like makes the fans care, then that's fine. He deserves. He's a legend. He deserves to go out on his terms. If he wants a Mania match with somebody to help put them over, so be it. That's fine with me. I just can't watch it on a consistent basis. Like, I don't want to watch him wrestle on a random Monday Night Raw. It's just it's not befitting of him, and it's not really worth the fans' time.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
It takes away from the specialty factor.
Yeah, even for a nostalgia feeling alone, it takes away from that. So, I mean, I would like to see them build something up just to kind of give him the proper send-off, but I don't think Kurt has got too much more left in him. I think that's fair to say. He is getting older and whatever it may be, but I'd like to see something built, especially with Mania around the corner, but who knows what they're going to do, because they have him on TV sometimes and then they don't. They're not really referencing him too much when he's not on television, so who knows what the plan is, but I'd like to see. Kurt deserves the send-off. He's had a tremendous career. He's one of the best. So I'd like to see something come of his end to his story. Yeah.
Definitely.
Alright, we'll do one more round of this. And then we'll end it all up. We'll mix it up here. We'll mix it up. Let's go to Brian.
Yes, sir.
Alright. In what type of match did Shawn Michaels and Undertaker compete for the WWE Championship at 1998's Royal Rumble event?
Casket match.
Damn.
Nice.
Well, I mean, that one was like because 99, obviously that's when
Shawn wasn't even there.
Yeah, and then 99. I just think of like when he lost his smile too, so that's an easy one.
Alrighty, Nick.
Oh yeah.
Who defeated John Cena in a New York City parking lot brawl at the 2008 Great American Bash?
You've got this, Nick. I believe in you. It might be the Big Show, maybe.
That sounds like Edge.
No. Let's
You saw Kevin. You don't know who this is, Kevin.
Let's give Brian the opportunity to go first here.
Boom.
Brian, who is it?
Give me this. I'm processing a parking lot match with John Cena. I think there's only been one of those, and he was getting frog splashed on. So give me Eddie Guerrero.
There's been two. That was the first one, so you're wrong.
Fuck!
Kevin, do you know?
Yep, there has been two. The first one, of course, being with Eddie Guerrero, and the second one being with JBL.
That is correct, Kevin.
Balls. I don't even remember that JBL Cena match. I just remember the I Quit, Mania, and then, those were the really only ones I remember.
Alright, Kevin, the last question. I'm going to put it on Kevin. Kevin, if you get this wrong, you lose the whole game. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
What? Sudden death.
Let's
in.
Let's see. Kevin. Alrighty, Kevin. Whew. What former WCW champion unsuccessfully challenged Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble 2003?
Oh, you suck, Kevin.
Yeah, it was Scott Steiner.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding.
God, Steiner match.
Kevin, round of applause. You did very well today.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Give him the
Very
chair.
nice.
Alrighty,
I
guys.
guess I have to
Good
watch
job.
a Gross Divas match now or something.
Hey, man, you got to watch a Gross Diva match. You were in last.
I know.
Punishment.
Pain.
Or, Josh, maybe we should take a poll. What's Nicholas's punishment?
Well, guys, I mean, Dawn Marie versus Tori Wilson at Royal Rumble 2003, aforementioned.
Yes.
Last question. It's a match and a half. Like it's certainly.
I hope it's a minute and a half.
It might be.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't run too much longer than that, but a technical classic. As you can tell by the.
All right, how about
segment.
this? How about this? To honor that gross, disgusting punishment, I will make a reaction video to it.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. See?
What a team player.
Gotta have some honor in it, I guess.
What a good sport. Guys, thank
To the
you
bottom
very
of the
much.
card.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming on. Me and Kevin appreciate it very, very, very much.
Absolutely.
No problem. I had a great time.
Trivia is something that I just find is a good way to open up conversations about wrestling. Just in a very non-traditional way, I guess. But we learnt today that Brian is in love with the Big Show. So if you take anything from this, is that Brian loves Big Show.
So much the show. Love him.
He is the best finisher. It's a punch.
Punch right in the face.
Man, he had a couple potential good ones, where he had kind of the cutter,
Eye of the
elbow
Hurricane
drop.
or whatever it was.
Yeah, that one I thought for his size, where he'd throw in a leg drop too, was perfect. Because I was like, dude, he's got a 500-pound tree trunk of a leg. That would kill someone.
Leg drops don't work unless you're Hogan.
Okay,
Who's
guys.
excited for that Hogan biopic?
Oh, I seen about that. I'm excited for that too.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Chris Hemsworth's hair.
Speaking of movies, Fighting With My Family has been promoted out of its arse. Are you guys going to all go watch it?
I'm waiting to see it. I'm hopeful to see it this weekend. I've heard good things.
It might be actually a movie I would go and see in the theaters. I don't see many movies in the theaters, but it's hard to resist The Rock and Paige.
I'm not a big goer myself, but this is probably one I have to make an exception for, just because the story is so unique and interesting. I think it's going to be, and I've heard good things about it, like you said, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, I can't go and watch it for another whole month because it doesn't open in Australia until 20th of
that's
March.
right.
Oh, that's
So
harsh.
I have to wait.
Damn you,
and-
Australia.
Yeah, honestly, get your shit together.
I know, the internet's here.
There's a giveaway going on with WWE Australia's Twitter page. I want to win those tickets to go and see an early screening, so I probably won't. But hey, I'm gonna keep retweeting that crap. But yeah, I can't watch it for a month. So by that time, I'll probably be over it and won't want to watch it anymore. So I'm not a big movie person. I haven't been to the theaters in a long time. So yeah. Anyway, to end this podcast, this is your chance to kind of sell your stuff. Promote it as much as Fighting With My Family's been promoted. We'll start with Nick. Where can we find you on social media? What have you got coming up? This is your chance to shine.
Sure thing. Thank you. Well, first of all, I had a blast, so thank you very much for that. And you can find me at GG Vision on YouTube or GG Vision 88 on Twitter. I also sometimes stream on Guardian Girth Vision on Twitch. I have a Patreon. There's quite a few benefits if you decide to support me like that as well. I appreciate it. I'm a part of Supportive Creators, a very big, just as it sounds, a community of people who support any kind of content you do as well. And as far as upcoming projects, I just plan on keeping up with the in-ring rundown, getting better and better. You'll see plenty more of Metronominal and plenty of Smash highlights to hopefully put a smile on your face. So, thank you all again.
No worries. Brian, this is your chance to put yourself over. What do you got coming up? Where can we find you? All of that jazz.
Oh, man, so much basketball content. If any of those are interested, Josh and Kevin are part of the Pulse Podcast Network like myself, so shout out to our homies there. A lot of different segments this week. Hopefully I'll be dropping about 3 or 4 different podcast segments. Basketball related, obviously, but I certainly try to have fun. Brian Zillman on Twitter, first and last name. The podcast is available at Blue Hardwood. Yeah, just basketball, and I try to do my best to have fun. Hopefully planning a trip this summer to Summer League, and hopefully in a couple of weeks working on the first podcast giveaway, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, Brian's a fun time. Nick's a fun time. Kevin, of course, we know where to find you on social media and stuff like that. Have you got anything interesting coming up soon, Kevin?
It's hard to look too hard in the future. I've really been on a break from writing, but I just published something today, a little mental health piece. It's a big part of what I do, in wrestling, mental health, the intersection between the two, stuff like that. But I am planning on having something come out on Friday in honor of it being March being, college basketball's biggest month of the year. It's bracket season. Everyone loves filling out brackets. See, there you go. See? Got some enthusiasm. So I'll be filling out my bracket for the New Japan Cup on Friday, and I'll be sharing that with Twitter. I'll probably try to do some other sort of bracket-related wrestling tournament throughout the month too. I haven't figured that out yet, though.
Yeah. I'll be here as per normal. You'll find me here with Kevin every Tuesday and Friday, or Monday and Thursday in American lands. Yes, it's still weird to me that you guys are all still in Monday and here I am on Tuesday. And it's still weird to me, and time zones really freak me out, and I don't know why. But, hey.
Quit cheating.
On that note, I hope you all had a wonderful time with some wrestling trivia, and me and Kev will be back later this week with some cool little stuff. Please go to my Twitter at Wrestling Reverb and vote in the Reverb Rewind Episode 2 poll. We've got 4 Raws to choose from, and yeah, go to that, do all that, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you. Yo, everyone. This is your Nik, aka Double G speaking, and if you're hearing this, I can't help but notice you must be a wrestling fan. So, of course, I'd like to tell you about GG Vision, a YouTube channel dedicated to making you laugh like an idiot and compete like a gladiator, with weekly content featuring the main event, the In-Ring Rundown, a wrestling satirical recap show similar to the Mark Remark that gives you a nice breakdown of everything that happens at WWE's flagship shows, sprinkled with my own personal touch of commentary, of course, so it might be just a little bit different than what you're used to. But that is not all. Compete against myself or other smashers and enjoy weekly highlights showcasing all the lovely Falcon knees and punches you could ask for. Battle for prize money in Metronominal, a Pokemon League on Showdown dedicated to metronome battles only that become far more intense than they should be. So if you're looking for a wrestling channel that comes with just a few extra goodies, one that strives to involve its members, join us fellow outlaws and enjoy the show. This has been Man from Earth with all the girth, telling you to be the character that you know you're worth. See you soon.